Have you ever met a complete stranger and felt like you already knew them? Or had a dream so profound it felt like it came from somewhere ancient, beyond time, beyond culture, beyond even yourself? What if I told you that buried deep within each of us lies a vast, inherited reservoir of symbols, instincts, and knowledge? A psychic inheritance shared by every human being who has ever lived. This mysterious, shared mental space has a name: the collective unconscious. And understanding it just might change how you see yourself and the world around you, forever. Welcome to the Unfolding Journey, where we explore the hidden dimensions of the human psyche, philosophy, spirituality, and the unseen forces shaping our lives. If you're someone who's drawn to deeper truths and curious about what lies beneath the surface of consciousness, you're in the right place. Now, let's dive into today's topic: the collective unconscious, origins and implications. The idea of the collective unconscious was first proposed by the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Gustav Jung, a student and later a contemporary of Sigmund Freud. While Freud focused heavily on the personal unconscious, the realm of repressed desires, traumas, and internal conflicts, Jung believed there was something deeper at play. According to Jung, beneath our personal unconscious lies a much older layer of the psyche, a collective unconscious. Unlike the personal unconscious, which is shaped by individual experiences, the collective unconscious is inherited. It's not formed through personal memory, but embedded in the structure of the human brain, passed down from generation to generation. In essence, Jung argued that we are not born as blank slates. We enter the world already carrying a shared psychological blueprint, what he called archetypes. Archetypes are the primordial images and patterns of behavior that exist in the collective unconscious. They are universal, appearing across cultures, myths, religions, and even in dreams. Think of them as the fundamental building blocks of the human experience. Some of the most well-known archetypes include the mother, the nurturing figure, source of life and comfort; the hero, the courageous individual who embarks on a transformative journey; the shadow, the dark, repressed aspects of the self; the wise old man/woman, the source of wisdom and guidance; the trickster, the mischievous disruptor who brings change and chaos. These archetypes are not learned, they are inborn. They manifest in our stories, our religions, our dreams, and our daily lives, often without us even realizing it. For example, every major world religion has a creation myth. Every culture has stories of a great flood, of good versus evil, of the heroic quest. These recurring themes are not coincidences. They are archetypal expressions from the collective unconscious. Jung believed that just as our bodies have evolved over millennia, so too has our psyche. The collective unconscious is the result of our species' cumulative psychological evolution. To put it simply, just as we inherit physical traits like eye color or blood type, we also inherit psychic traits, patterns of thought and perception that have developed over human history. This makes the collective unconscious almost like a psychic DNA, an inner map of symbols and instincts that guide our perceptions, dreams, and even moral compass. Neuroscientific research today is just beginning to touch on this realm. Although Jung's theories remain largely outside mainstream science, fields like epigenetics, evolutionary psychology, and neurotheology are starting to explore how inherited experiences can shape human behavior in deeply embedded ways. If the collective unconscious is real, we should see its fingerprints everywhere. And we do. Take mythology. Why do ancient Greek myths echo elements of Norse legends? Why does the story of the hero's journey, outlined by Joseph Campbell, who built upon Jung's work, appear in everything from the Odyssey to Star Wars? These aren't just random coincidences. They are archetypal patterns bubbling up from the collective unconscious. Dreams are another major area where the collective unconscious reveals itself. Jung believed that dreams are not just personal, they are messages from the deeper layers of the psyche. Often, the symbols in our dreams, snakes, rivers, temples, strangers, carry universal meanings that transcend our personal lives. Even in pop culture, the collective unconscious plays a huge role. Our fascination with superheroes, dystopian worlds, and artificial intelligence, these are not just trends. They are modern myths, expressing timeless fears, hopes, and questions that humanity has grappled with for centuries. So why does this all matter? Understanding the collective unconscious can lead to 1. Greater self-awareness. Recognizing archetypes in our own psyche helps us understand our behaviors, desires, and inner conflicts. Are you stuck in the role of the victim, trying to become the hero? Are you projecting your shadow onto others without realizing it? 2. Deeper empathy. Realizing that we all share the same unconscious roots fosters a sense of unity. The collective unconscious reminds us that despite our surface differences, we are connected at a deep, invisible level. 3. Healing and transformation. Working with the unconscious through therapy, dream analysis, art, or introspection can unlock deep healing. By integrating the shadow, connecting with the anima/animus, or embracing the hero's journey, we undergo profound personal growth. 4. Creative inspiration. Artists, writers, and creators often tap into the collective unconscious, whether consciously or not. This explains why so many works of art resonate across cultures and eras. They speak to the universal human soul. Like all powerful ideas, Jung's theory has its critics. Some argue that the collective unconscious is unscientific, lacking empirical evidence. Others feel it blurs the line between psychology and mysticism. And it's true, Jung's work often delves into spirituality, alchemy, mythology, and even astrology. But perhaps that's part of its enduring appeal. In a world obsessed with materialism and data, Jung dared to explore the mystery of the human soul. Even if you don't fully accept the idea of a collective unconscious, its value as a metaphor for shared human experience is undeniable. In the end, the collective unconscious invites us to see ourselves not as isolated individuals, but as part of a greater human tapestry, woven together through centuries of dreams, symbols, and stories. It asks us to look within, not just at our thoughts and feelings, but at the ancient patterns that lie beneath. And in doing so, it offers us a path towards self-discovery, wholeness, and connection. So the next time you dream of flying, meet a wise stranger, or find yourself drawn to a story you've heard 100 times before, pause. You might just be hearing the voice of the collective unconscious, whispering through the fabric of your soul. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the collective unconscious. If this video resonated with you, if it made you think, reflect, or wonder, then you're exactly the kind of seeker we welcome here. Subscribe to The Unfolding Journey and become part of a growing community exploring depth psychology, spiritual growth, and the mysteries of existence. Hit the like button, share this with a friend, and let us know in the comments. Backhand index pointing right, what archetype do you see playing out in your life right now? Until next time, keep unfolding.